OpenZeppelin, the company that brought the smart contracts library, securing over $100 billion on Ethereum, the most used, most audited code in all of crypto. They just started building for midnight, and what they're creating is going to change how every CK contract gets written. Here's what's in the repo, and yes, there's a public repo. It is not just vaporware. OpenZeppelin is building the first reusable contracts libraries for midnight CK ecosystem. We are talking about AccessControl, role-based permissions using Merkle trees, commitments, shielded ERC20. It's a token standard built on Midnight's native shielded coin system. A full math library for secret circuits where you can have division, square roots, 256 bits integers, the building blocks pretty much every dApp needs. And they didn't just build libraries, they built a DEX with them. It's an example called LunarSwap, live on preprod, working right now. Now, here's why this matters more than, wow, OpenZeppelin supports another chain. On Ethereum, access control is simple. You store roles in a mapping, for example, has roles address, returns true or false, done. But that mapping is public. Everyone sees who has that role. At midnight, you can't just do that. Instead, OpenZeppelin hashes the user role pair, drops that commitment into a Merkle tree, and generates a nullifier to prevent duplicates. When someone needs to prove they have a role, a witness provides the Merkle path, and the CK circuit verifies it against that tree root. Nobody learns who has which role, just that the proof checks out. Same concept as Ethereum's access control, but completely different architecture. And that is why you need a team like OpenZeppelin, for example, building standardized patterns or others. So every developer doesn't have to reinvent this from scratch. Well, this isn't theoretical. LunarSwap is a working decentralized exchange on midnight preprod. VGS, frontend, Lace wallet integration, the whole thing. Under the hood, it's wearing together access control for role-gated liquidity pools, shielded ERC20 for private tokens transfers, swap, provide liquidity, manage pools, all the CK proofs running underneath. This is a working code, open source, MIT licensed. You can clone the repo and read every line right now. Okay, now let's zoom out for a second. Think about what this signals. OpenZeppelin doesn't build for change just because. They build for Ethereum because Ethereum won. They build for Solana when Solana proved itself. Now they are building for midnight. And they are not alone. Google Cloud is running nodes, BlockDemon, eToro. The list of serious infrastructures builders choosing midnight keeps growing. When the company that defined smart contract security says this is the CK ecosystem we are standardizing for, that's not hype. That's a signal you should pay attention to. Well, if you want the full technical breakdown of how that CK access control actually works, the Merkle trees, the nullifier patterns, all of it, we've got a deep dive on that coming next. And if you want to see the entire repo walk through slide by slide, every contract, every pattern, that's our build session for this week. We help teams build exactly this kind of infrastructure, privacy enhancing technology, called PET, with the smart compliance built in. Links to everything in the description below, including how to work with us. And if you want direct access to the team for your specific questions, check out our memberships. Post your questions, get expert answers. See you in the next one.